EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Miami Dolphins. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from Miami. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert, and he'll take this one up to about the 23. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 23, here's a second down and 4. Tua going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Washington Commanders. The Florida Atlantic man Greg Joseph ready to get this one started, and we are underway from FedEx Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Howell, first play, going to throw it. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach. Not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Brandon Powell. This is brought in at the 21. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up to the 39. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
On play action, Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Addison holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Madison will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Again, Madison. And once again, he's going to be pushed backwards. This time back to the 3. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They go play action. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Andrew Booth making the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Able to connect with Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First down, Howell to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
To throw is Cousins. Pass complete to Addison. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Cousins to throw it. Buying time to his left. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Howell. He's got Turner. Touchdown, Washington. Cole Turner, 32 yards. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you...
And a third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. Now he's loose at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to off.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Dean Lowry drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
On for the Commanders field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit, because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. To throw, Cousins. This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll throw again. Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first down throw for Cousins. He gets it to Addison. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down. Cousins again. Throw left side. Taken in by Jefferson. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Faking the handoff, Howell. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On the return is Powell. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensive... Just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now they go play action with Howell. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. That one good for 26 and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Complete, it's Dotson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 20, here's 2nd down and 1. They'll go play action. Howell rolling to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Looking for Dotson. He's got him. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Slide for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show off their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things, not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we